to the law enforcement officials that you work with in your districts.
Yes.
On the ground. The LA County Sheriff's Department did describe the protest in Paramount last night as the situation escalated. The crowd of protesters became increasingly agitated, throwing objects and exhibiting violent behavior toward federal agents and deputy sheriffs. What is your message to people who are getting violent?
It's don't get violent. Those are not the people that are coming out to protest immigration. What we've seen, so let me tell you.
What are violent people doing?
Okay, so last night when I talked to the sheriff, he had told me the situation in Paramount was under control, that the people that were peacefully protest have left. The situation was now across the street into the Compton area, and this was the unruly folks, that Saturday night crowd. The people that were there to actually protest immigration were gone. We agree that if you're being violent, you should be arrested, you should be prosecuted. There is no disagreement on that. I think that's an effort that we can all say. But this is not what's happening. We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
If you are going protesting, I cannot stress this enough. You need to document everything, both videos and photos. I'm speaking from experience. This is me in May of 2020, right after the protest for George Floyd, when the riots broke out on Fairfax Avenue in Los Angeles. And after the protest, I was there when all of the havoc started. And as you can see from these photos, notice the skin color of everyone in the photos. Notice the lack of black people. I took this photo of people breaking into Flight Club, the most popular shoe store in Los Angeles, while standing right here in front of my shop because Flight Club was only 2 doors down. And notice the people breaking in. Notice the lack of black people. Even though the narrative was that black people were the ones who were doing the looting.
Donald Trump and his MAGA cronies are a threat to our democracy. They are a threat to the republic. In response to the ICE raids in Southern California, I've seen a lot of people say that black people, this is not our fight. And I'm here to tell you that that is factually incorrect. My name is Sidoni. I was born in Trinidad and Tobago, and I have lived in the United States since I was a baby. I will tell natural born citizens something that you don't really think about, but it takes forever to become a United States citizen. I came here before I have memories, and I did not become a United States citizen until I was 17 years old. I was a senior in high school. I had lived my entire life in New York City. I didn't know anywhere else. I had no memories of anywhere else. But the place that I considered home did not consider me one of them until I was 17 years old. ICE is not just looking for Latino immigrants, okay? ICE will make their way into Flatbush, and they will pick up Caribbean people. ICE will make their way into Harlem, into the Bronx, into these majority ethnic communities, and they will take whoever doesn't look the part as a US citizen. Our country is rapidly shifting into a fascist state. So to sit down and say, oh, it's not my problem because it doesn't directly affect me, is not a smart thing to be doing. Because I'll tell you this, the 14th Amendment is exactly that. An amendment. It can be changed. What we are seeing right now, the hunting of particular ethnic groups, the detainment, the mass collection, it looks very, very familiar to something else that I've seen in world history.
Let's talk about the anti-blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. When I went to go talk to them, they said that we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something.
Many Mexican Americans were afraid. What would happen if we weren't considered white? How do we know we're not going to be forced or pushed to identify with the Black race at a time when Black people are fundamentally denied so many basic rights? But there's also the element of racism, of the belief among some Mexican Americans that Blackness is inferior. So there's an element of racism and there's an element of fear of Jim Crow segregation.
Dear fellow Americans, just my quick little rant on this halftime nonsense. I mean, come on, stop with the ghetto crap. I'm done with the ghetto. I've had it up to here with ghetto. I know they want to say rap is this and rap is the streets and rap is the current and rap is the that. Look at jazz. The jump black and jazz blues artists. Give me the Count Basie band. Give me Duke Ellington's band. Give me the history. Give me jazz. You want to go black? Go art. Don't go ghetto. Let's lift the streets. Let's lift these kids off the streets. Enough with the garbage. Enough with the garbage. Enough with bringing these kids down into the garbage. Like that's the cool thing to do and this and that. No, those gentlemen that created an art form, a gorgeous art form, those jazz artists, let's propagate that in America. Enough with this. Who in the NFL hired this act?
I think it's funny how everybody's true colors are coming out, especially the black people, because y'all are quick to forget what country you guys flee to shelter when you were slaves. You're quick to forget when Black Lives Matters movement was happening, who was right there next to y'all. Y'all quick to forget that every time you guys are out there protesting for your rights, who was right there next to y'all. Now y'all out here making videos talking about like, let's sit this one down. But you're also quick to talk shit on us. And then when we say something, you're quick to play the victim card and say, well, you're being when y'all are starting it. But you know, to each their own.
No, because somebody needs to come educate her. Because you know how many times we've been writing with y'all? You know how many times y'all went out protesting for your rights and we were right there next to y'all?
Well, since you want to talk like that, none of us have asked and none of you Negroes for none of us have asked and none of the Negros for nothing. Okay, we have not said join our fight. But if you're going to sit this one down, sit down and shut the fuck for once. How funny, you want to call me Gore that bitch. But you're over here looking like this. You look like a man, babe. But you know. Oh, and since you want to learn Spanish so bad, tú eres una puta gorda que aparte de negra eres naca.
If you want Donald Trump to win,
I did it. I sure did. I voted for Trump. And I'm Latina, half Mexican, half Guatemalan. What it means is that I'm for a president that is pro-America. That is for making this place better. Because it's a shit that obviously was not working for us.
Latino for Trump! So far, I'm very, very happy. Thank you. That's why I don't take anything. I bet that you don't think something about that. You don't think something about I understand how you want black and shit. I understand how you want black.
All of the Latinos that voted for Trump because, I don't know, the price of eggs, and now they are confused and appalled by all of the decisions that he is making. We told you. So I feel so bad about everything he's doing, but I'm not surprised. I'm just sitting here like, he said that that's what he was going to do, and he's doing it. The mass deportations, ending birthright citizenship. I got so many people came after me like, he can't do that. Oh, no, he'll find a way. He did. He sure did. And now you have people scared, shitless. We told you so. We fucked around. Now we're finding out if it isn't the consequences to your actions. And this is exactly what happens when people vote against their own interests, regardless of how much you've been convinced or you've convinced yourself that you're not part of. You're not. If you are Latino, you're Latino, regardless of where you go, what you do, how much money you make, how whitewashed you are, how white adjacent you are. If you're Latino, you're Latino, and the consequences of your actions are gonna align with what you are. That's exactly what it is. And I just, seeing it play out in real time when like the people that knew is kind of crazy. Seeing Elon Musk salute on national television,
Lately, I have seen a lot of videos of black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen black people make videos talking about Mexicans. Don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people. They have Salvadorian people. They have Guatemalan people. They have Nicaraguan people and a whole bunch of other countries that are willing to join forces with the Mexican people. Black people, what makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help? What for? Y'all black people can't even help yourselves.
My African American sisters and brothers, are you wondering how you can help the Latino community right now that we're going through hard times? Join us. Join A Day Without Immigrants, Monday, February 3rd. No work, no shopping, no school, and I will go as far as no social media that day.
That's wild. Mexican people are hardworking people. Mexican people stick together. They make it work. That's the total opposite of a black person.
Comprehend the support from the African American community to Donald Trump and mass deportations. They don't like you guys either. If all Mexicans leave tomorrow, guess who they're gonna pick on next? The next minority, which is you guys. They can deport us because, you know, we're not from here, we're illegal, go back to your country. They can't deport you guys. You guys are born here. So what do you think they'll do about you guys and get away with it?
I don't think black people have a right to tell white people or Hispanics what they can and cannot say. And that means if the black person wants to use the N-word, that means the white person also can use the N-word, because all lives matter, not just Black Lives Matter. So with that said, the fact that they're trying to sue this woman, this white woman, they're trying to take her kid away from her because she used the N-word, just shows you how toxic cancel culture is. And this is a great case as to how we need to stop cancel culture. It is anti-American, it is anti-free speech, and if you can say the N-word, so can I, whether you like it or not. It doesn't affect your freedom, but you're sure affecting mine by telling me that I can't say it because I'm not black. So, make the N-word great again.
I'm amazed of how many people from the black community are telling me to go back to Mexico, telling Mexicans to go back to Mexico because we're illegal and it's a crime. It was also a crime when your ancestors went to Mexico, when they were escaping the white people and Mexico helped them. A lot of Mexicans got killed for that. They helped them. They help your people. We didn't oppress you guys. And this is how you guys pay us. In the past, black people needed Mexicans. Right now, Mexicans need you guys. And in the future, you never know, because things change. Sometimes, maybe the white people are going to need us. Maybe the black people are going to need us. You don't know, because God give us things, give us blessings, but he can take them away so fast. So you need to be humble. You need to be humble.
It's a group of these guys, radical, black racists. So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't black American.
Who are these guys?
These, you want me to say a name? The FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever these broke niggas is.
The N-word, that's what I call the N-word, GA, right? I used to say that all the time. I actually made a video.
He's saying.
Yeah, I know.
Say that, motherfucker.
Okay.
No, but look.
No, but that's look,
I get it, though, but look.
That's a generational thing.
No, but look. This is my guy, though.
Yeah, wait your over turn, equality. Wait your turn, and to those young raza or raza who want to believe that, you better turn your TV, brother. You better turn your radio, man.
What do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being slaves and all that?
Reparations.
Yeah, there.
Are you talking about reparations? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's what we, the raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no. Nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt. It was your parents.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote.
Raise your hands, come on.
For Donald Trump.
On day one, I will seal the border and will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in the history of our country. And if other countries say they won't take them back, we're not going to take them back. I will say that, yeah, here they come. You're just going to hold on to your britches, because here they come. They're coming back. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home.
So I want to be very clear, and hopefully within this part of the video, you guys can see a few things, right? One of which should be the image of their forefathers back during the 1940s who said a variety of things dealing with the black community, dealing with the civil rights, dealing with segregation and all of those things, right? These are Hispanic peoples, right? These are Spanish speaking peoples, right? And a lot of people would like to say, well, oh, that's not indicative of every Hispanic person out there. You're right, it's not, but it's too many to count. And that's the problem, because a lot of people who are Hispanic want to, you know, be buddy with black people. Supposedly they want to, you know, laugh with us and dance with us and all this other type of stuff. But when they're amongst themselves and behind closed doors, this is pretty much their viewpoint on black Americans. This is also how they see themselves. Matter of fact, you don't even just gotta look at this. Going back through the video, you can see a variety of things, including one of those women that specifically stated, "Make the N-word great again." So after that, going back to the first part of the video, you have somebody, again, Hispanic woman, deciding that she wanted to state that the Latins, the Mexicans, whatnot, or whatever Spanish-speaking individuals that were directly out there were the peaceful protesters, right? Cool, no problem. And that the interlopers, the agents of chaos, came from across the street, which is Compton. And what I made sure to list underneath that video was the fact that the main population density at this moment in time in Compton is Latin. But I want you to understand, she wasn't talking about the Latin. She wasn't talking about her own people. She wouldn't dare smudge and muddy the names of her own people like that. She would never do that. Even if they were caught doing wrong, she's going to say, well, they're overly emotional. You know, this is just a chaotic situation. You got to understand their point of view. They're being attacked. The government is at, right? It's going to be all of these things in order to give some type of validity, some type of logical, quote unquote, logical reasoning for why it is that they are able to act the way that they are. But again, the main thing that she was trying to state was that it was the blacks that were the ones looting, rampaging, going against the police and doing all of these things. And in front of you right now, you should pretty much see a video and also a still image of the looting. As the Asian man stated directly to you, he owns a business directly out there. He was like, yo, if you look at this video that I filmed, you don't see black people out here looting. You look out here in these streets, up in these groups, it's not black people doing it. Don't believe the hype. They're trying to sell you something that ain't real. And it's crazy for somebody to be a model minority and deciding to do this, because he doesn't have to sit up there and do this. He already has his people. They already got their part to play. They already, you know, getting their money and all this other. He doesn't get anything from this. He don't get a thing from it. But he decided to go out on a limb and to go against the narrative, right? And I'm like, huh, that's very interesting. And I'm like, it's very interesting how he's the only one that decided to do this. And I'm pretty sure many other people have footage of a lot of these riots and a lot of the vandalism and the spray painting and everything like that going on. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to put it out there because it's going to put them in a bad light. It's going to put their people in their community in a bad light. And that's not what they want to do. They want to make it seem as though that this is 100% a peaceful protest, that there is no chaos, no nothing going on. But yet, if you look to the left side of the screen, you see a Hispanic male that was throwing rocks at ICE agents directly at the car. Now, again, you can disagree with whatever is happening at this moment in time, but the moment in time that you start flinging rocks and trying to shatter windshields and everything like that, you're not only being a danger to yourself, but you're also being a danger to everybody else on the road. Because who's to say that that windshield doesn't crack, and then because it cracks in such a way that on the inside you got micro pieces of glass hitting, because I've seen this happen in car crashes, micro pieces of glass hitting the air and then going into somebody's eyes, blinding them. So now they can't see, and they're just sitting up there swerving. They're in a panic. Their heart is sitting up there racing, and now they're in oncoming traffic. Who's to say that that vehicle doesn't hit one of the main groups of people that you're trying to defend against, which would be a Hispanic family? Who would be at fault then? You're going to sit up there and say that ICE is at fault? No, because ICE didn't do that. They're not trying to just move their cars into oncoming traffic hoping to do that. But yet, like I said before, some people directly out there, maybe his own family, turned him directly in after, I think, what was it, 50 grand was offered for him? It's crazy how that works. Diabolical how money talks. Because again, this is the type of action that you take when you want to make sure that you separate yourselves, right? You quote unquote being the good protesters, you separate yourselves from the agents of chaos. That's what you do. But like I said before, when you look at the other videos that's to the other side of the screen, to the center and to the far right of the screen, and you see all of this loot, and you see people breaking into a sushi shop trying to get the cash register, people breaking into a Jordan spot, people breaking into jewelry stores, all this other, yeah, nah, we're not, you're not about to try to tell me that every single one of those people out there are black. We're not going to do that. Like I said before, I'm going to stay directly on y'all because y'all tried to do the same thing similar back, 3 to 4 years ago during the pandemic. And y'all tried to blame the whole black community for the reason that the pandemic was spreading, and it wasn't us. But yet y'all tried to make that a thing, and everybody jumped on board. Every single community jumped on board again, trying to blame black people. This is exactly why we say that we are standing back and sitting down. We are sitting this one out. No matter how much you guys try to say that, oh, they're after everybody, black people too, what do you think is going to happen? Whatever happens to us is whatever happens. At the end of the day, y'all don't care. Asians, motherfucking Latins, whoever, y'all don't care what happens to black Americans. You never did. And you know that if we jump into the fray, that it's going to bring further light, further energy directly to whatever it is that y'all doing. That's why y'all want us there. That's it. That's it. Y'all can't even be honest about that. Y'all hate us that much that you can't even admit that if we join in with y'all, some things might actually get accomplished, might actually get done. Y'all ain't even brave enough to even say that because that's how much y'all hate us. Y'all don't even want to give us that credit. Y'all just want to go up here and cry and complain, oh, black people, because y'all not protesting, look at what's happening to us, and if we all just come together and this, that, and the third. Nah, because we ain't ever been together. This togetherness that everybody keeps speaking, what is this, the black and brown coalition, that a lot of people, that was never really a thing. You can point out a few people who might have did something. The rest of y'all ain't care. Like I said before, I got videos. If I gotta add that, roll that into another video like this, I'm gonna make sure to do it. Like I said, I got videos of y'all elders talking about during segregation, y'all were with the whites. So what are y'all talking about? Y'all never went through the same things that we went through. Y'all made sure that y'all was gonna have a seat directly at that table, hook or crook, no matter what it is that you had to sit up there and do. And you made sure to do that at the end of the day. Like I said, I don't blame you. That's cool. Just like the Cubans down there in Florida. Y'all made sure as soon as y'all came directly over from Cuba, y'all touched down in Florida, y'all made sure to get y'all spot. And the Anglos had a problem directly with y'all when y'all were doing the things that y'all were deciding to do, which was working amongst yourselves. On top of the fact that for the Cubans, for the white Cubans that came directly over, you were getting all types of government assistance and benefits directly from the system. You also have the government like the CIA backing your storefronts. Crazy work, diabolical in nature. Also, the main thing that a lot of these Hispanics don't even talk about during the part of segregation, they had the unique ability to be able to go to white and black areas. They allowed that. You could go to and from, just like the whites. Y'all can go to and from. Ain't that interesting? You can go to the all white beaches or you can go to the black side. Color me surprised. Nor did you guys ever have segregated water fountains. Notice how you never hear any of the Latins talking about, oh, we had to use a color water fountain. No, they didn't even know what that was. They didn't have a Mexican or a Spanish water fountain. They only knew of the white water fountain. That's all they had. But yet, even during those times of segregation and civil rights, y'all didn't care. Y'all wasn't trying to move or budge nothing because you already had your seat at the table. So y'all didn't realistically care. Whatever the black people had to go through is whatever they had to go through. And y'all was going to mind y'all business. Just like y'all minded y'all business during all the other things that we had to go through. We was talking about police brutality for like the last, 10 to 15 years? Out there protesting and whatnot. Yeah, that was black people on the front lines. Sitting up there having to deal with the police. There wasn't nobody else sitting up there getting arrested, getting brutalized, getting threatened, getting called thugs and all this other types of stuff, destroyers and trying to criminalize a whole group. No. It was just us. Y'all were sitting idly by, agreeing directly with the white folks. So now here you are with the exact same people that you longed for, that you decided to agree with, you wanted to be shoulder to shoulder with. You said that specifically that the Hispanic race belongs to the white race. You said that it is a slur if you decide to call you anything else but white. Here you are. You are as white as rice, and you're getting deported. You're getting deported faster and quicker than any white Europeans that have come over here. Matter of fact, Elon is a South African, which makes him an African American. He's not getting deported, but yet all of y'all are. Elon's families and kids aren't, getting sent way back yonder, but yet yours are. It's interesting. Elon's Tesla business isn't, getting ICE rated, but yours are. It's crazy how that works. And then at the end of the day, you want to have one of your government representatives get on CNN and try to say that black people are the ones looting. And she made sure to say Compton, because whenever nobody thinks Hispanic, nobody thinks Spanish speaking when you say Compton. When you say Compton or Bompton, you specifically think of black people. Funny how that works. Like I said, no matter what it is that we do, we still get the blame. So black people, we already knew what was going to happen. So we went the way of which it was going to go. We're going to sit back and just take the blame like we always do. That's it. And I don't see nobody out here Spanish speaking, Hispanic, whatnot, or whatever. I don't see none of y'all trying to correct the narrative directly on this. Like I said, y'all want so much help for us, but y'all ain't willing to do nothing for it. Nothing. Zero. But you want to cry and try to browbeat the black community and try to fearmonger the black community into helping y'all. Y'all are a bunch of ungrateful human beings. More ungrateful realistically than white folks, just to be honest. They're ungrateful on a whole nother level. But like I said, you wanted to be right up there with them. So yeah, you're fighting for that second place. First, second place, y'all basically right up there. Only difference is they have the power and you don't, which is obviously being shown at this moment in time, even though you gave them the power directly over you again, just like you sold California, but yet you claim that this is your land. How do you claim something that you sold, that you willfully gave away, that you ran away from, or that you were pushed off of? That's some crazy work. Diabolical. 100%. And then y'all the same group of people that try to say that black people don't deserve reparations, that everybody else deserves reparations. The Native Americans, they already got theirs. So I'm not sure what education, what books y'all been reading or what y'all been taking in. And then you said that you guys second deserve reparations. Excuse me? For what? What specifically did you do to get reparations? You got all of these other places down there in South America alone that are really all you. You even got Nazis down there. Color me surprised on that. Color me surprised. But yet you're talking about this is your land. Huh? Since when? Last time I heard anybody talking about reparations was black folks. Y'all didn't care nothing about reparations because you guys are honorary. You guys fought tooth and nail to be considered white. A lot of y'all right now darker than me and still got white directly on a ID or whatnot or whatever, which is crazy work. I'm like, I can't even see you at night, but yet you're white? That's crazy. How'd that work? You tan quicker than me. I didn't know that people can automatically change colors out here. Thought it was only chameleons, but it'd be like that. I guess you are technically the real chameleons, right? Because you are white light, even though your grandparents are darker than me, to be exact. And those are the main ones that you make sure to hide, that you don't make sure to take public pictures with. Those are the same ones that you make sure not to put directly on your Facebook or your social media, because you want to have that white or quote unquote godlike appearance, anything closer to Jesus. And that's a whole nother story. Like I said before, it's crazy that you want to be so close to the people that colonized you, that took your land, did whatnot or whatever to your people. You want to worship them. That's the weirdest thing possible. And you literally have a whole country, a whole continent of your own, of which you realistically actually rule. But yet you don't want that. You run directly from that and you come directly to America and you shout Viva la Mexico, waving flags. And I keep telling y'all, you cannot serve two gods, because at the moment in time that you do, one of those gods is going to get jealous and they're going to show you exactly what it is. And you messed around and found out. And this is what we tried to tell you. But again, even when we tell you, y'all don't want our help. Even when we might be out there, you know, protesting and whatnot, you are undeserving of the help, because you allow whatever narrative to get spun so that black people can get blamed, and, you know, you can just do whatever it is that you want to do. Like I said before, this is why we are stepping down and stepping back. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything. Now listen in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.